Hey there, welcome to the channel. My name is James, and here at 20th and 21st Movies, we're about all things cinema. All right, today I'm excited to share with you my updated top 25 favorite movies of all time. This is a series I started on this channel the first year I was on YouTube back in 2020, 5 years ago. I can't believe how fast the time flies by. I put out a series of 3 videos sharing my top 25 favorite movies of all time. Fast forward 2 years after that, in 2022, I updated my top 25 favorite films list. And now, almost 3 years later, I am providing an update of my top 25 favorite films of all time, 2025 edition. So I'm super excited to share my top 25 films with you today. And I want to hear in the comment section below what your favorite films are. So I've got a few changes that I've made to my top 25 since the 2022 update. I'll share my changes and then I'll go through the 22 films that are still standing strong in my top 25, and then we'll round it all out. I'm gonna make this video short and sweet. It's an update of my top 25 favorite films of all time. Let's do this. All right, let's talk about my favorite films of all time, my top 25. I love so many films, but when it comes down to a top 25 endeavoring, it definitely takes a little bit of effort. But I've got my top 25 list. It has remained fairly consistent over the last 5 years with a few changes. And in this case, I've got some changes I'm going to share right here. So this is my top 25 favorite films 2025 edition. I've got 3 new entries, and I'm also going to talk about a new honorable mention that has entered the honorable mention space. So what's changed since 2022? Well, we have Thief, that is now in my top 25 favorite films. This is the 1981 Michael Mann film. It replaces Pather Panchali. Rebecca, the Alfred Hitchcock film from 1940, is in. It replaces another Hitchcock film, The Man Who Knew Too Much. So that film is dropped out of the top 25. And Get Out, Jordan Peele's 2017 thriller, is in my top 25 now. It replaces Saving Private Ryan, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a new honorable mention. I'm holding Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse in my hands right here. Seeing this film in the theater with my son was an absolute delight. This is a really good movie, and I love the way it ended. It has that sort of that Empire Strikes Back type ending to it, and I really enjoyed that, and it definitely builds the anticipation for the 3rd movie in this series, whatever it'll be called. But this is Across the Spider-Verse. Maybe the 3rd movie is Beyond the Spider-Verse, I don't know, but this is my new honorable mention, Across the Spider-Verse. Really good animated feature. Absolutely love Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So let's go through the 22 films that are still in my top 25. I'm going to move through those fairly quickly, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about the 3 new additions to my top 25. I have links in the description to my original top 25 videos in the description of this video. So the 3 videos I did in 2020, sharing my top 25 favorite films, and then the 2022 update. In those videos, I go into more depth in each of my top 25 films, so definitely check out those films. This video is more of just a quick refresh of my top 25. Hey there, real quick, just want to come on here and just clarify that this list of my top 25 favorite films is not ranked from 25 to 1. It's not in any particular order. These are my collective top 25 favorite films. So just want to make that clear in this video, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and now back to it. So let's get into the 22 returning favorites. So I've got Play Misty for Me from 1971, Singing in the Rain from 1952, wonderful musical, The Kid, Charlie Chaplin's film from 1921, Psycho, all-time classic from Alfred Hitchcock, Forrest Gump from 1994, Lieutenant Dan, Spider-Man 2, one of the greatest superhero movies of all time, from 2004, and Superman the movie from 1978. These are the physical media releases of these films that I have. These are some of the best films of all time in my book, and that's why they're in my top 25 films of all time. This film here from Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood is my favorite Clint Eastwood movie. Fantastic film. It has inspired so many femme fatale type movies like Fatal Attraction. It's his directorial debut, and to this day, it remains my favorite of Clint Eastwood's films. Play Misty for me. You also have, of course, Singing in the Rain in this bunch here, one of the greatest all-time musicals. I love Singing in the Rain, just a fantastic film. But yeah, great collection of films here in these first 7 films in my returning favorites. Moving on to the next 7 films in my returning favorites are The Dark Knight from 2008, Blowout from 1981, The Empire Strikes Back, the Star Wars film from 1980, The Silence of the Lambs, 1991, Vertigo, 1958, and Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. I'm cheating on Kill Bill. I'm counting Kill Bill 1 and 2 as one film in my top 25, so hope you understand that. Those are from 2003 and 2004. And Double Indemnity, the granddaddy of film noir, coming in at, of course, 1944. And these are those films. Right here, you see The Dark Knight. I have this on 4K Ultra HD. This is the only film in the Dark Knight trilogy that I've updated to 4K. I actually have Batman Begins on DVD, and I also have The Dark Knight Rises still on Blu-ray. No need to upgrade. I'm perfectly fine with that. Blowout, this is probably my favorite all-time Criterion release. It's the very first Criterion I got. I have it now on 4K Ultra HD, so love that film. Star Wars, hard to go wrong with Star Wars. The Empire Strikes Back. Silence of the Lambs I have on both Arrow in this 4K release, as well as this Criterion edition here on Blu-ray. And then, of course, Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2. I need to watch these Lionsgate Steelbooks. I've heard that the 4Ks are not terrific, but I love the film so much that probably won't mind. And then I've got Double Indemnity on 4K right here from Criterion. Amazing film noir. So now 8 more to go. Let's dive right into it. 22 returning favorites concludes with the final 8. And that starts with Two Lane Blacktop, 1971. Medium Cool, 1969. Wonderful film that deals with how red hot America was, the United States of America was in 1968. Very hotly politically charged time in U.S. history. No Country for Old Men, the Coen brothers' masterpiece from 2007. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the Swedish film from 2009. The Color Purple, which is probably my favorite of Spielberg's films. Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal stars in that film from 2014. Pulp Fiction and Parasite, Bong Joon-ho's masterful film that won the Academy Award for Best Picture, the very first foreign language film to do so. These are my physical copies of those films. So you see here, nice collection of films. I have Parasite on 4K as well, but this is the Criterion Blu-ray. I have The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo as part of the trilogy, the original Swedish film, but then they also have an American remake with Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. So this is a Blu-ray set that has the original Swedish trilogy. And the first film, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, is the best of the trilogy, but they're all worth watching. But this is an amazing film. And then this is the US remake. So really, really good stuff there. But I highly, highly recommend all of these films. They are in my top 25. So those are all the 22 returning favorites. Amazing films all the way around. And, you know, it's just a great, great overall collection of films. I mean, in the realm of classics and emotional cinema, I stand by films like The Kid, Singing in the Rain, Forrest Gump. They're all rich with heart. And when it comes to suspense and thrillers, Psycho, The Silence of the Lambs, and Vertigo continue to reward repeat viewings from me. And my love for genre filmmaking runs deep as well, from Spider-Man 2 and The Dark Knight, the superhero movie area, all the way to Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill. And then there are films that challenge and linger, like No Country for Old Men, Nightcrawler, Two Lane, Blacktop, and Parasite. So yeah, these are my 22 returning favorite films that remain on my list from 2022. Now, let's get into these new films that have entered my collection of top 25 films. Starting with new top 25 entrant Thief that replaces Pather Panchali. So, Thief is Michael Mann's neon-drenched masterwork. It's gritty, it's atmospheric, and it's anchored by one of James Caan's best performances. It has themes of control, fate, and longing that really hit hard. It just nudged out Pather Panchali from Satyajit Ray, which I still admire greatly, but it doesn't have the same personal weight as it did before. Still one of my top probably 30, 40, 50 films, but Pather Panchali has been overtaken by Thief for me, which has now in the Criterion Collection this wonderful 4K edition. This is one of my early Criterions, and it is now one of my top 25 favorite films. So now the next one is new top 25 entrant Rebecca replaces The Man Who Knew Too Much from 1934. This is a bit of a Hitchcock switcheroo. You're switching out one Alfred Hitchcock film for another. This is Hitchcock at his most lush and gothic. Rebecca pulls me into its eerie atmosphere every time. So eerie, so atmospheric. It replaces The Man Who Knew Too Much from 1934. It's a film I still respect deeply, but Rebecca just haunts me more. It is such an eerie, gothic, and atmospheric film. You have Laurence Olivier, Joan Fontaine. This is the only film in Alfred Hitchcock's filmography as a director that won Best Picture. This was one of his early American films that he did in the United States, that he partnered with David O. Selznick on this film. Just an amazing film. The same year, he also did Foreign Correspondent, which is a wonderful film. Apparently, Foreign Correspondent is a film that has inspired Christopher Nolan, the director Christopher Nolan, in his filmmaking. But Rebecca definitely is now a part of my top 25 favorite films of all time. Have this on Criterion Blu-ray. Had this little crack in the case, unfortunately, but the film is not cracked. The film is perfectly solid. Amazing film from Alfred Hitchcock, Rebecca from 1940, Academy Award winner for Best Picture. And then the third new entrant is Get Out from 2017. It replaces Saving Private Ryan from 1996. Now, Get Out is Jordan Peele's film that just blew me away when I first saw it, back in 2017, I think. But what secured its spot on my list is how it rewards rewatching. It's smart, it's socially resonant, and it's scary in a way that really gets under your skin. It replaces Saving Private Ryan, which remains a technical marvel, especially that Normandy beach scene. It's a technical marvel, and it's harrowing to watch, no doubt. But Get Out just speaks more directly to the kind of layered storytelling I'm drawn to today. So Get Out, I have it on Blu-ray here, this just standard Blu-ray release. I have not upgraded it to 4K yet, and I might never upgrade it. I mean, this is perfectly fine on Blu-ray. I enjoy this film. I love this film. It is so unique and different and surprising, and it's just a fantastic movie all the way around. So these are the three new entries in my top 25 favorite films of all time: Thief, Rebecca, Get Out. These are the three new films that have joined my top 25 favorite films of all time. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about my top 25 favorite films of all time? Are they some of your favorite films? Let me know what some of your favorite films are in the comment section below. These are my personal top 25, so they are my personal favorite films. It doesn't mean that they are the greatest films of all time universally. They're just my top 25 favorites. But let me know in the comment section below what your top 25 favorites or top 5 favorites are. Let me know that in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time at the movies. Peace.